Welcome everyone to the Horrorcast. I am your host, Matrixlord212. What the hell?
Ooh, what a coincidence.
What is that? Hold on, we're gonna pause. Okay, I'm sorry.
What a great lead into the Horrorcast, ladies and folks.
Sharon's over there. The lights are off in the living room, and we heard this big boom. This box fell over. Water's like on the middle of the thing. It was like, what the hell? Obviously, somebody doesn't want me to do the Horrorcast tonight. But we're going to do it anyway. Weird shit and stuff. Jesus. And I want to be a ghost hunter? Fuck. All right. What the fuck, man? There was no way that box should have fell over. That shit was leaning, like, and then the water was out there like this, like somebody's ready to drink it in the middle of the thing. It was like one of those horror movies. You see like a little trap. It's like, what is this? And then all of a sudden you get thrown through the glass window or something. My heart went up my whatever. Like I literally have pain right now because I was like, what the hell was that? God. Sorry. My heart is beating so fast. I almost shit my pants. I'm like, what the hell is it? All right, so anyway. Now I'm hot. So I got, let me tell you something. All right, so anyway. Hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, so the new Halloween movie is going to somehow reference the missing sequels. But the missing sequels don't exist. So somehow they're going to reference them if they don't exist.
Okay, here's a notion. They may reference them in a form of...
Easter egg.
If not an Easter egg, then somebody's probably going to be walking by a book... either walking by either a bookshelf with those movies on the bookshelf, or...
Oh, so there'll be, in other words, there'll be movies that like Stab with Scream.
Yeah,
that they made a whole movies.
Or they'll do a little like an in movie commercial where like, here's a horror night, and they start and some of the are those very movies.
Oh, so like when Scream had Stab, and then they had Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was like the demon liked the Nightmare on Elm Street movies and became Freddy Krueger. So, like, this thing is, like, Halloween 2 and all that stuff. Maybe she was an actress in a movie about
Remember Grindhouse? Remember when they did Grindhouse and they did all these little pretend movies? They might be going that route.
So, all that stuff is fake, but it exists as movies.
Yeah.
In the real universe.
Yeah, look at how Tarantino does his movies. How there's the...
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
I like your idea. But...
That's probably the way they're going to go, which to me would make better sense. Either they do like a little Halloween night. Here's some movies that's going to be playing at your local cinemas, or somebody walks by a bookshelf with those movies just as part of their collection.
Or she went through a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
And you know how people write a book. They made movies about her stuff. And then he's in an institution, and he gets out after like 30 years or whatever. Okay. But anyway, that's what they're gonna do, and Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, may not be related to Michael Myers in this. I don't know what they're gonna do now. I think he's gonna change it. They're also gonna kill off Michael Myers because they want to show that he's mortal. It's stupid, but I mean, whatever. So again, I'm not happy with that. We talked about Happy Death Day. I'm happy that that's getting a sequel. With Happy Death Day, they're trying to say now that is it that every time she dies, like in other words, now the cycle's broken, right?
Yeah.
Spoilers for Happy Death Day, right? But say like a year later, something happens, she dies. She's going to relive that moment over and over and over again. Like maybe it's something to do with her mother's death. So in other words, she's never going to die ever, really. Or it's connected with, is it some force that's making her relive everything?
Maybe it's her mother keeping her from dying, so that way she can learn lessons. Or in other words, like a dying wish from her was unknown, that she would not die.
But that's the whole thing. Is she's going to be reliving stuff, but at a different time period. So I'm thinking that's what they're going to do. Now, we're going to also get some word, I guess, in a couple of months on what form the Chucky TV series is going to take, who's going to air it, how directly sequel-ish is it going to be to the last movie. Fear not, because, again, we had our things about Ash vs. Evil Dead, and look how that turned out.
I know.
So Chucky may work really well if it was like on a Stars thing also.
Yeah.
If they had...
with blood and gore.
If they did it as like a horror 2-pack where Ash would be a half-hour block, and then Chucky would be a half-hour block.
There we go.
And you have then they could sell it as, let's renew Ash vs. Evil Dead, and then right after is going to be Chucky. That would be interesting. That would be really cool. And the Chucky's thing is a half-hour.
Then and maybe whoever show is going is
maybe they could do a crossover.
Yeah, but they should wait until maybe either Chucky's second season, or when let's say they decide not to renew Ash versus.
No, I would have at the end of Chucky's season, Ash shows up, where like he's got a spell from the Necronomicon or something. That would be cool. And you know what? They are talking with horror companies are talking with each other. Because what happened was, because of the financial disaster of the reboot of The Ring, and then they in overseas they had The Ring versus The Grudge, which they're probably going to do that movie here. Sinister is going to team up with this. Insidious is going to be with this. They're going to have crossovers. That's going to be the in thing next year, 2019. You're going to start seeing that horror movies are crossing with each other. And it's going to be team-ups or battles and stuff like that. Or maybe not even 2019, maybe 2020. But they're going to start doing that. So get used to it. And that might be good, though. I mean, I like Freddy vs. Jason, but...
This would make a good parody movie as well. Because you always see these, the movie monsters or villains like Freddy and all that always coming back. What would be funny is if somebody did a parody movie and like somebody's supposed to be Michael Myers or somebody's supposed to be Freddy, comes walking in and somebody's got the ring going on. And then you hear the phone ring and goes over and...
Can you imagine they did that with Jason? Can you imagine they did that with Jason and then he just, this thing keeps coming at him. He's like, get the out of here. Yeah,
like I said, that's what they should do.
I originally said they should do a thing where there's a mistake and Chucky's package goes to like a haunted house, like an Amityville. I said that. And the people don't know he's a mass murderer. And he has to help them to survive so he can get the hell out of there and defeat this thing. He even works with the priest. They get everything in there. And he can make a phony thing like he's an act of God and he's there for that. When everything's done, they'll kill the whole group. But that would have been an interesting movie where it's like a mixture where, he's dealing with an evil entity.
Back talks the spirit who's
like, go after yourself, right? Shut the F. Yeah, right. And you see it like the house throws him into the other side of the house, like because maybe Chucky can defeat it because he's evil too, So it's like, it could be a battle, which would be funny. So, and you can see like the whole thing,
all this stuff.
You can see the whole thing, like the bees coming after him. He's like that, whatever, and everything. Yeah,
not the bees, not the bees.
Yeah, you can start screaming. Yeah, that would be a great Chucky movie. Just take my idea, please. I don't want to see Chucky in space. Was he gonna fight aliens?
No, me neither.
It's stupid. He's gonna be killing people on a space station that don't speak English, and then regular people. They're gonna be like a whole United Nations up there. And then he's just kill people, and that's what they're going to do.
I would rather see Machete in space than Chucky in space.
But Chucky being sent backward in time, fighting Hitler and the Nazis, that would
be hilarious as hell.
I'm telling you, they were probably watching the puppet master at one of the things where they fight the Nazis, and they're like, "Hey, that's an idea." And I'm telling you,
that or let's kill Hitler.
Well, they didn't even realize it, and they saw it, or they saw a glimpse of it, and they're like, and then the subconscious just created, time travel Chucky movie or show. The show might be a time travel thing. You might be fighting Nazis and weird shit, and like in the past. So, and they could take a really like screw around with like history, where like he could be going to kill somebody, and he finds out it's Pamela Voorhees before she had like Jason and shit, right? and maybe the incantation gets read by the mother while she's pregnant, and then like just why Jason comes back to life all the time, or like Freddy, he could like just be one of the when the parents are throwing and burning like Freddy Krueger. He could be like in the sidelines with a bottle, like a cocktail. Yeah, burn your mother. and like,
you forgot this. You forgot this.
Like, why isn't it catching fire? Or you know what they could do? He could be in the backyard, and they make it like they're not even paying attention that he's a doll. Like he can make it like he's like a whatever. And just how somebody's serving hot dogs. They're like, well, how are we going to burn this son of a... And it's like, oh, here you go. And he's created the cocktails to throw at Freddy Krueger. That would be hysterical. They could do a joke about that where they're like, how are we going to kill this mass murderer, this Freddy guy? And they're like, here you go. And just just take all this. Thanks, man. You're the best. All right. That'd be great. And then he says something to him like, I want to buy your tools later.
Yes.
Because he wants to kill somebody. You promised me to let me your tools. I'm like, all right, that's great. See, we come up with
think about it. What would be really funny is if they had, this is really going far-fetched, they have Tim the Toolman Taylor. He goes after.
Oh, man. That'd be funny stuff. Or they put like actors in there like Tim Allen.
Yes.
He's like, to infinity.
Yes. I was just thinking about the whole Toy Story thing.
Oh, my God. You know what's so weird? I mean, oh, God. Now that's a good idea now. Chucky through time. That is sick.
Toy Story. That would be awesome.
Chucky through time, man.
Yes.
That'd be sick. All right, guys. That's our horror cast. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye for now.